So this is Drew with Moto Adventurer again. This is actually part 2 of my video review on the FirstGear TPG Rainier jacket and escape pants. I'm really a huge fan of the FirstGear TPG gear. These are, I believe, the 2012 model. I actually bought it on closeout last winter, so I'm going into my second winter with these pants, and they've just been absolutely phenomenal. The jacket has been fantastic, but it may sound dumb, but I actually am more impressed with the pants than I am the jacket, because I feel like there's a lot of options out there as far as jackets are concerned. But after some of the mesh and different pairs of pants I had, these pairs of pants have been awesome. So these pants are running just north of $300 if you buy them new in retail. Similar to the jacket, like I said, this is the previous model year. I do not think that the new pair of pants come with the liner, and that's really what has made these just invaluable, because these are all season, just like the jacket is. These are also waterproof like the jacket is, and like I said about the jacket review, it's waterproof, but as far as the pants are concerned, I've never been wet with the pants on. Some of the zipper seams or the connections on the wrist leak on the jacket in heavy rain, but the zippers and whatnot have not leaked at all yet on the pants, just because of positioning. So that's worked out really well. Similar to what I said about the jacket, I'm 5'10", about 185. These are a size 32. FirstGear has sized these as overpants. Even though they have the thermal liner in it, they consider these overpants. So I wear a 34. I didn't want to order a 34 because I figured they'd be too big, and I ordered a 32. These are just a bit snug, although I admit that I've probably had a few extra beers for the website over the past summer, but they still fit even with the liner in. And back to what I was saying about waterproof, these have the same waterproof zipper system that you have on the jacket. Moving up here on the thigh, I'm really a big fan of this pocket. I usually keep my wallet and keys in these pockets just because they're convenient to get to. So it's the same waterproof zipper and dry pocket up here. And then above that is actually the vent on the thigh, also with the waterproof zipper. Now I worried about this particular section being where the water leaks, especially because I'm on a cruiser, so my knees are almost parallel with the ground, but rain does not go up through this flap for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's just the aerodynamics of the bike, but that works out well. So then you have the hand warmer pockets, which are also waterproof with the garage, and that's a nice touch, but I actually try to avoid using these as much as possible, and I don't know if it's because of where the waist hits, because it's a little bit high, or if it's just because of the way the zipper's cut, but it's kind of tough to put your hand in here unless you're in a pinch. If you're not, I personally don't use them unless it's like I'm going to put something in here and I'm not going to get it out until the end of the day. But because I'm constantly in and out of these dry pockets for my keys, I don't worry about it as much because I have the flap to help protect that. But I'm worried about ruining this seam just because of the way it stretches when you're wearing it. Going back to looking at the pants overall, I obviously got these in black. I don't know if FirstGear offers these in different color. Like I said, I got these on closeout, but black for winter riding is obviously no issue, and for spring and fall, not so bad. Summer, they can start to get warm even with the liner out. Definitely anytime you're standing still, you can bake in them in a heartbeat. But overall, I'm a big fan of the reflectivity that they have down here low, so when I come around turns and whatnot, if cars coming in from the side, they get to see some of that reflectivity, and it's the same on the side of the leg. So all the dots that you see here are reflective, just like on the jacket. So then up here on the waist, which I've actually not had to use it yet, they actually have the ratchet system. So like what I was saying before about these being overpants, I could potentially see, and if you really wanted that flexibility of having an overpant where you want to wear jeans or slacks underneath, you would have the ability to buy a larger size and go ahead and ratchet these down on both sides a little bit. Like I said, these were on closeout, so I wasn't worried about it, but as it turns out, one of the ratchets I have on this side doesn't work. I've never fussed with it trying to get it fixed, and if FirstGear takes them on warranty and fixes it, somebody let me know. I may look into that. And then on the back side, you have the zipper attachment that goes to the jacket. I'm a big fan of that too. After I saw an accident recently this year, I've definitely been doubling down on safety to make sure that the jackets are attached to the pants so the jacket doesn't come up when you're in and off. So up here at the waist, the closure actually has the hook and the button with the Velcro, and then they have that nice gutter in the front so that if you have you got a bike like a Triumph Tiger where water can pool in your lap in a heartbeat, you've got that extra bit of protection here to help keep you dry. And then coming out on the inside, you see the liner, and it's the same thing, the same type of hook closure with button and zipper. There's no gutter here, but I'm telling you, the actual liner has been the part of the pants that really makes it, beyond the fact that they're extremely comfortable, very comfortable even when it's warm outside, unless you're standing still. But then in the wintertime, you know, folks have asked me, you know, 24 degrees, have you needed, you know, heated gear or anything like that? But the pants have easily been one of the warmest things I've had. So I'm going to pull up the zipper on the side here. You can see that D30 armor. I'll come back to that. And then the main pant actually has, I don't even know what to call this other than like a skirt or a gutter. And it comes around your boots and clips. And then that Velcro is here. And this creates like the perfect barrier between the rain. So you got that rain coming up from the bottom when you're at speed, and then this guy stops it, and it's just fantastic. And then this clips to the inside liner. And then both of these have matching side zippers. So if you decide you feel like putting shorts on and you're going to have lunch or whatever it is, you can actually take these off over your boots, depending on what kind of footwear and whatnot you have on. And then I don't think you can tell from the video, but like the outer textile is waterproof, and I'm starting to debate of whether or not the actual inner liner is also waterproof, just because you can hear by the swishing sound and the thickness and texture. And then on the inside you have that quilted material. So we'll come up the other side, unsnap these guys, and then you saw the waist zipper, which it's kind of tricky. You can actually zip that on with them on. It can be done. I've worn these around like pants, and that's somewhat of a selling point for some folks. For me, I usually try not to take liners in and out if I can plan well enough, but it's not so bad, and they're not exactly the most stylish to wear around the restaurant, but they have the hip warmer pockets. And then so moving back on the inside, it's just like the jacket. You have that mesh inner liner, and I mentioned in the jacket with the D30 armor, you have that Velcro that attaches it to the actual pants. This can be a little bit aggravating when you don't have the pant liner in and when you don't have the jacket liner in. But to me, it's worth the sacrifice. Is like I said with the jacket, if you've not seen it before, D30 armor is flexible when it's actually in the jacket and there's not pressure put on it, but it's a non-Newtonian material, so that it actually stiffens up on impact. But you should check out the video online from their website to get more info on that, because I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. So the pants have the D3 armor in the hip, and they also have it in the knees. And both of these, like I said, are really comfortable because it's flexible. I'm riding a cruiser, so I'm feet forward, and I admit that to some degree the armor gets to putting pressure on my knees after a while, and it gets a bit aggravating, so it's important for me to stretch my legs out. I don't know if guys on more neutral bikes will experience that the same way that I have, but to me it's a small sacrifice compared to like the mesh gear that has the standard foam CE armor that's in it, so that's been awesome. So I mean, this is pretty much closing of the FirstGear Escape Pants. Like I said, they've been fantastic pants. For me, what I like most about them is that I've always been dry in these, and I know a lot of people are like, well, it's textile gear, it's not waterproof, but even without the liner in, I have always, to this point, after a year, 17,000 miles on these pants, they are still dry to this day. The storage isn't great, but I do find that these thigh pockets are awesome. Ventilation, it's just these two that are up here on the hip. There's no exhaust vent on the back of the side, and to me that's what's kept me dry, but that's a little bit warm. But overall, I can't say enough about how comfortable the pants have been, and basically the flexibility of all season riding in the TPG gear.